श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः. So next we are going to see the 16th chapter. Before that, I'd like to say something like the previous class got deleted because of some mistake of mine, stupidity of mine. I should have won the class before deleting it. I thought I am deleting the Sanskrit class, which I started and then stopped. I had to stop it yesterday. So instead of that class, which should be the top in the list of classes in YouTube, somehow this Vedanta class, this Bhagavad Gita class, got on top of that list and that got deleted. I have sent a feedback, a complaint regarding this to YouTube, and hope it will get resolved. For others who are interested in listening to that class again, I have given a link in the description for that class. So audio lecture. So you can listen to that. Okay. Now, अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः 16th chapter. अनन्तराध्याये अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके इत्यत्र मनुष्यदेहे प्राग्भवीयकर्मानुसारेण व्यज्यमानाः वासनाः संसारस्य अवान्तरमूलत्वेन उक्ताः. Now, Anantara in the next chapter, Anantara means close by, next means not the next chapter, the next chapter before. So in the previous chapter, the idea is in the previous chapter, in this 15th chapter, Adascha Moolan Yanusantatani Karmanavandhini Manushaloke. The Manushaloka is bound, people are bound to this Karma Manushaloka, the world of mortals, because of the karmas. The karmas bind them to the world of mortals. This we saw. Ityatra. There, Manushya Dehe Pragbhaviya Karma Anusarena Vyajyamanaha Vasanaha. The thought imprints that manifest in the human body due to the past thought imprints, the past karmas. The thought imprints are because of the past karmas, because of which the vasanas, the thought functions manifest from them. Okay. So samsarasya avantara mulatvena. That is what is the auxiliary cause for the samsara. Okay. Now that was said there. Tascha and what are these thought imprints that we have gained? And that is where we described that it is the samsara is not something which we are born into now in this birth, but it is a something which is from time immemorial. It is not something which gets closed suddenly, or meaning the idea is the knowledge suddenly destroys it, but it is not something like first birth, the very first birth. That kind of question does not arise here. We have already established that. Okay. Now that those those thought imprints, Devi Asuri Rakshasi Chaiti Praninam Prakratayo Navame Adhyaya Sujitaha. And those thought imprints are of three types. The activities based on those thought imprints are of three types. One is Devi, the divine. Second is Asuri, the demonic, and Rakshasi. Asuri, the demonic, and Rakshasi, devilish, something like that. Because there is they are both bad thought imprints. There is a small kind of difference. That's all. Okay. So Chaiti Praninam Bhagavateha. This is what was explained as the nature of inherent nature of the beings in the 9th chapter. Okay. Tatra Veda Bodhita Karma Atmajnana Upaya Anusthana Pravritti Hetuhu Satviki Shubhavasana Devi Prakriti Uchyata. Among them, the Devi Prakriti. What is that Devi Prakriti? What is that divine action So that is said in the 9th chapter as a Veda Bodhita Karma, whatever the karmas that are prescribed in the Vedas, and Atmajnana Upaya Anusthana, and whatever anushtanas, upasanas that are necessary for for gaining the self knowledge, all that pravritti hetu, that is called as satviki, that is born out of the sattva guna. Therefore, that satviki shubhavasana, auspicious thought imprint, is what is called as a devi thought imprint. Okay, devi kind of quality, divine quality. Okay, now evam वैदिक निषेध अतिक्रमेण स्वभाव सिद्ध रागद्वेषानुसारी सर्व अनर्थ हेतु प्रवृत्ति हेतु भूता राक्षसी तामसी च अशुभ वासना आसुरी राक्षसी च प्रकृति उच्यते. नो एवं सिमिलरली वैदिक निषेध अतिक्रमेण, by going beyond the Vedic negations, that is good actually, right? No, what we mean here is he does not follow the negation rules. He is going beyond, means he is not accepting the negations of the Vedas. By not accepting the negation of the Vedas, Svabhava Siddha, natural instinct, that which is born of natural instinct. What is that? Raga Dvesha, the desire, the hatred, etc. Anusari, based on the basic instinct, the natural instinct, the desires and hatreds, based on that, sarva anartha hetu, they are the cause for all the troubles. That is what is called as a, and that is that. See, first is these are natural instinct born, and they are cause for themselves, cause for all the troubles. That is what is called as a Rajsi and Tamasi. Rajoguna Yukta and Tamaguna Yukta, that is born due to the Rajoguna and Tamaguna. It is born of the natural instinct, born of the desire, hatred, born of the Tamoguna and Rajoguna, and that which is called as a Asuri, Rakshasi, Cha Pravritti Vichyate. Now wait. He says, Rajsi, Tamasi, Cha Ashubhavasana, the inauspicious thought imprints of Rajoguna and Tamoguna are called as a Asuri Rakshasi Cha. But wait, this is not, he has not added a respectively, Kramena. There is no respectively. That does not mean that Asuri is Rajasi and Rakshasi is Tamasi. No, that is not what we mean by. Then what does that mean? He says, Tatracha Vishaya Bhoga Pradhanyena Raga Prabalyat Asuritvam Himsa Pradhanyena Dvesha Prabalyat Rakshitam iti Veka. What is Asuri? The demonic quality is because the because of the desire to enjoy things. That is the instincts of the villains, demons. So that is what is referred to here. Vishaya Bhoga. See, that is just born of the desire. And the devilish activity is that which is born of hatred, meaning to torture others. This is a enjoyment, that is torture. This is based on desire, that is based on hatred. This is the difference. Okay, so though both of them may be born of, both of them are born of, not maybe, are born of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Okay, Sampratitu. Okay, that we have understood what are the three different vasanas. That is now 9th chapter topic. Why are you bringing it up again? Sampratito. Now, Shastra Anusarena, based on the Shastras, Tad Vihita Pravritti Hetu Bhuta, whatever is the injunction, based on that, for us to follow those injunctions, Satviki Shubhavasana Devi Sampath. That the cause for putting forth effort to practice those karmas which are prescribed by the Shastras is called as a Satviki Shubhavasana, Satvik Guna based Shubhavasana, auspicious thought temperament. And that is a Devi Sampath. That is what is referred to as a Devi Sampath, divine qualities. Okay. Now, Shastra Atikramena तन्निषेध विषय प्रवृत्ति हेतुभूता. Because of going beyond the Shastra, not following the Shastra, whatever is negated by the Shastra, if you are going to be involved in those activities that are prohibited by the Shastra, because of the Rajoguna and Tamoguna propelling you to do those things based on your desire and hatred, that kind of Ashubhasana, inauspicious thought imprint, is what is called as a Rakshasi Asuryoho. That is what is called as Rakshasi and Asuri. That both of them, Eki Karanena Asuri Sampaditi, they are both clubbed together and referred to as demonic quality. One is a Devi Sampat, the other is a Asuri Sampat. Devi Sampat is a divine quality. Asuri Sampat is a demonic quality. And this demonic is a demonic plus devilish. Both are clubbed together to say one. Demonic qualities. Okay? Iti. Dvairashyena Shubha Bhedam. This is how we have differentiated two types of thought imprints. One is a good thought imprint, another is bad thought imprint. Auspicious thought imprint, inauspicious thought imprint, divine thought imprint, and devilish demonic thought imprint. Now, how can you club it like this? Says Dvayaha Prajapatyaha Devascha iti. There are two types of Prajapati sons. There are two types of two sons of Prajapati. One is the deity, the other is the demon. Okay, though both are creations in this world by the Prajapati, so there is no confusion about that. Ityadi. So that is why in ourselves we can find both these qualities, both divine and demonic. Shubhanam Adhanaya Ashubhanam Hanaya. Now, why are we discussing about that? See, if you want to discuss good things. Why discuss bad things? No. You have to know bad. Why? To get rid of them. Without knowing what bad is, how can you get rid of the bad things? So, for gaining the good thought temperance and for giving up the bad thought temperance, we have to know both. That is why he says pratipaditum, to establish that, to give and to gain and to give up that, to establish that pratipaditum. Shodasho adhyayah arabhyate. This 16th chapter is begun. Okay? Tatra. Adau shlokatrayena adeyam devim sampadam. So in three shlokas, we are going to establish the divine qualities. In the next three shlokas, we are going to explain the divine qualities. That is how we begin this chapter. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Now here I am not going to make you repeat. 15th chapter is necessary because we do it in different places while eating, etc. So I taught you that. The 16th chapter we'll do continue with the like the rest of the other chapters. We'll start another class for chanting. Okay. So Shri Bhagavanuvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Tapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Tyaga Shanti Apaishunam Daya Bhutesha Loluptum Mardavam Hrir Achapalam Tejakshama Dhriti Shaucham Atroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijatasya Bharata. One who is qualified, for him these are the divine qualities. One who has gained the self, this is the natural quality. Abhayam, for gaining the self, these qualities needs to be imbibed in your life. And one who has gained the self, for him it is a natural thing. Abhayam, fearlessness. Sattva samshuddhi. Sattva samshuddhi, chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi is sattva shuddhi. Sattva samshuddhi it is referred to as here. Okay. To the mental purity, the mind purity. Jnana yoga vyavasthithi, being established in jnana and yoga. Jnana and yoga, what it is, we will understand later. Jnana is the knowledge and yoga is understanding. Jnana can be understood as a immediate knowledge and yoga can be understood as immediate knowledge. That is also possible. Or jnana is immediate knowledge and yoga is establishment. Okay. Danam means charity. Damascha, Damaha means sense organ control. Yajnascha, fire oblations. Swadhyaya means studying one's own Veda, part of Veda. Tapaha means penance. Arjavam means simplicity. Rijutvam, simplicity. Ahimsa, tolerance, non-violence. Satyam, truth. Akrodaha, not being angry about things, not getting angry. Tyagaha, renunciation. Shantihi, peace. Apaishwanam, tranquility. Shanti is tranquility of mind, peace of mind. Apaishwanam means non-stinginess. Daya bhuteshu. Daya. Compassion towards the beings. Aloluptum, not disturbed mind. Mardavam, Mardhavam means softness. Krihi means shyness. Achapalam. Achapalam means not. Uh, See, loluptum is also kind of disturbed mind, and achapalam is also a disturbed mind. Okay, different stages of disturbed mind. Tejaha, shine. Kshama. Kshama means the forbearance. And dhritihi. Dhriti means sturdiness or valor. Shaucham, purity, external and internal both. Adroha, not cheating others. Naati manita, not boasting yourself about yourself or not thinking too much about yourself. Bhavanti sampadam devim, these are the divine qualities. Abhijatasya Bharata, for the one who is established in it, these are the divine qualities. Shastra Upadishte Arthe Sandeham Vina Anushtana Nishtham Ekaki Sarva Parigraha Shunyah Katham Jivishyami Bhairaityam Va Abhayam. Abhayam means what? Abhayam means Shastra Upadishte Arthe Sandeham Vina Anushtana Nishthatam. Whatever the Shastra has prescribed, in that, without any doubt, practicing them is abhayam, fearlessness. What will that be? What will be this be? No. Shastra says that's all. There is no fear about that. And or ekaki, if I am going to stay alone, sarva parigraha shuni, without anything, holding on to anything, then katham jivishami, how can I live? How will I live? So that kind of fear. So that is also should be given up. So that is what is abhayam. Giving up these is abhayam. Satvasya antakarnasya shuddhihi nirmalata. Tasyaha samyaktata. Bhagavat tattva spurti yogyata. Sattva samshuddhi. Sattva samshuddhi means sattva means antakarna. Shuddhi means purity. So purity of mind is what is called as a sattva samshuddhi. Bhagavat tattva spurti yogyata. That which is the eligibility to understand the true nature of Bhagavan. See, earlier, if you have read this Ramakrishna Paramhamsas, not this Ramakrishna Paramhamsas, life, there will be too much of build up. Actually, I am using a proper word. Okay, build up. They just boast with. He had seen this deity, that deity, and it will be like he is just sitting there, and all the deity come and kiss his hand like he's a don kind of. They'll project him like that. And I was like, what? He has seen this deity, that deity. He did upasana of that deity too. And once I started doing upasana and I had these visions of these deities, I understood it's all humbug. Not just because drishyatvat mithya. No, its level, that is a reality. That is a different. Sakshatkara, we are not condemning. The divine visions, we are not condemning. Let it be. From the Vedantic point of view, that should be condemned. That's a different issue. But the point is, if you have purity of mind and if you have focus, Only if you have purity of mind and if you have focus, you can gain the divine vision. Once you have that prerequisite, that quality in you, then gaining the focus on the other mantras and gaining the divine vision of other deities is just taken for granted. There is nothing need to be done too much. You just have to chant. You have focus already, and the divine deity will come, and because you have the purity of mind, they'll come and give you darshana. There is no other option for them. Okay, so whether it is that Ramakrishna or this Ramakrishna, nothing changes. If you have purity of mind, they will definitely come. Take it from me. Don't be attached to these kind of flowery words. Those are all stupid ideas. Okay, now sattva shuddhi means purity of mind. Para vanchana maya anrutadi parivarjanava. Or you can understand the purity of mind as a not cheating others, not speaking that which is not in your mind, or speaking a lie, anruta, speaking a lie. All these can also be taken as sattva samshuddhi. Parasya vyajena vashikaranam paravanchanam. Paravanchanam, cheating others means how? By bribing them, you are cheating them. Somehow or other, you give something or other and you cheat them. You bring them under your control. That is by cunning methods. Okay, and hruday anyatha krutva bahiranyatha vyavaharanam maya. Maya means here you think of something else in your mind, but you speak something else. Hypocrisy, that is maya here. Okay, anyatha drishtakathanam ayatha drishtakathanam anruta. Anruta means lie. Lie means whatever you have not seen, saying that as true is anruta. Okay, jnanam. Jnanam means shastrad atmatatvasya avagamaha. Jnanam, what is knowledge? The knowledge of self gained through the shastra, nothing else. That is the key word there. Okay, chitta ekagrataya tasya swanubhava rudhatvam yoga. Because he has already gained the focus, the single pointedness, focus of mind. So that knowledge, he becoming established in that knowledge is called as yoga. Okay, tayoho vyavasthitihi sarvada tannishtata yoga jnana yoga vyavasthitihi. Visheshen avasthiti is vyavasthiti means always being established in that. Established in what? The knowledge and the yoga. That is what is called as jnana yoga vyavasthiti. यदा तु अभयं सर्वभूत अभयदर्शन अभयदान संकल्प पालनम एतच्च अन्येषामपि परं सन्या धर्माणाम् उपलक्षणम्. When you understand abhaya as the practicing of whatever you declared earlier. I don't understand what is that. See, simple. Sarvebhyo bhutebhyo avayam dadami. That is what you have to chant when you thrice, when you bhurbhasvaha adi loka, in all the worlds, not just in this world. For all the worlds, you are giving fearlessness. So all the beings of all the three worlds, you are giving fearlessness. Now, that is what you have to do when you take sannyasa. Now, that is sankalpa. You are declaring. Practicing is now. Now, that is that. Etacha anyeshampi. Now, it is just one part of sannyasa. The other part, whatever is prescribed for a sannyasi to perform, all those attributes also should be understood here. Okay, it's an implication to all those other attributes. Sattva samshuddhi. Sattva samshuddhi means purity of mind. How do you get that? Shravanadi paripakena antakaranasya asambhavana viprita bhavanadi malarahityam. Devoid of the impurities of asambhavana and viparita bhavana. Asambhavana means improbability, impossibility. Viparita bhavana means erroneous knowledge. So the non-existence, knowledge of non-existence and knowledge of erroneous knowledge, both are with respect to the object of knowledge and with respect to the knowledge itself, the means of knowledge itself. Like we call it prameyagata sandeha and pramanagata. Prameya with respect to the self. Oh, that self does not exist. or body is self, etc. This is self does not exist is asambhavana with respect to the prameya. Self is body is the viparita bhavana with respect to prameya. Okay, with respect to pramana, Veda is not the means. Okay, that is asambhavana. Viparita bhavana means that is the means, this is the means, etc. Yoga is the means, Sankhya is the means, like that, accepting something else as a means. Okay, so these kind of bhavanas, these kind of erroneous knowledges should be eradicated. That is what is called as Sattva Shuddhi. ज्ञानम आत्म साक्षात्कार योग मनोनाश वासनाक्ष अनुकूल पुरुष प्रयत्न. Or jnana and yoga, how do you understand jnana yoga in this sense? In this sense, jnana means immediate knowledge of the self. Yoga means, see, when we say immediate knowledge of the self, then everything is over. But to be established in the immediate knowledge of the self, that is very difficult. Once you gain the knowledge, to be established is the gaining the knowledge is not all difficult, but being established in it is all difficult. That is why Bhagavan Bhashyakara does not prescribe Jivan Mukta, the state of being a Jivan Mukta, state of being Videha Mukta, gaining the identity after death. He speaks about Jivan Mukta, gaining the liberation while alive, not after that. That is the goal one should have. So he says, for that, and in Jivan Mukti Viveka, text called Jivan Mukti Viveka by Vidyaranya Swami, it is said very clearly that to gain that establishment, you have to have Manonasha and Vasanakshaya. So that is why he says, yoga means Manonasha, Vasanakshaya, Anukula Purusha Prayatna. Some person's effect, which is conducive to get rid of the thought imprints under the mind itself. Tabhyam Visishtha, one who is endowed with the jnana, the immediate knowledge, and yoga, the practice which is conducive for getting rid of these two issues. That one who is a samsari vrakshana means he is different from a samsari. Avasthitihi, Jivan Muktihi, Avasthiti being established in that kind of state is a Jivan Mukti. And that Jivan Mukti is Jnana Yoga Vastita. That Jivan Mukti is what is said as Jnana Yoga Vastiti. Okay? Iti evam vyakhyate. When yadatu evam vyakhyate, like that you have to connect. Yadatu abhayam etc. Yadatu evam vyakhyate. When you explain these as in this way, then tada what happens? Falabhuta eva devi sampadiyam drashtavya. The devi sampat is the result of that. Okay, now it's not a practice, it is the end result. Okay, Bhagavad Bhaktim vina antakarana samshuddhehe ayogat tayapi ayoga taya saapi kachita. So since Bhagavad Bhakti is without Bhagavad Bhakti, to gain the purity of mind is impossible. So when you say purity of mind, you are implying already that there is the devotion to Ishvara. Mahatmanastu mam partha devim pratimashrita bhajanti manaso jnatva bhutadim avyayam. How do you know this? In the 9th chapter, Bhagavan himself has said this. Mahatmanaha, the great people, the great knowledgeable ones. Mam he partha, O partha, mam devi prakritim ashrita. Mahatmanas, those people who are established in the divine qualities, what do? Bhajanti, they worship me. How? Ananya manasaha, with seeing me as not different from themselves. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam, knowing the transformationless, the cause for all the beings, me, they meditate me as not different from themselves. Iti navame devyam sampadi bhagavad bhaktehe uktatvacha. In the 9th chapter, the Bhagavad Bhakti is already said. Bhagavad bhaktehe atis. But then why didn't he say it here? If it is so important as you say, as you claim, then he should have said here. Now let me explain. Bhagavad bhaktehe atishreshtatvat abhayadibihi saha pato nakrataha iti drashtavim. Since this is very great, very superior to all the other sadhanas, it is not clubbed together with this inferior sadhanas. That is how you have to understand. Okay? Maha Mahabhagyanam Paramamsanam. Paramamsas. Who are Paramamsas? The sannyasis. And what kind of are they? Mahabhagyanam. They are so blessed. The blessed people. Sannyasis are blessed people. This is a word used by Bhagavan Bhashikara in Kaupina Panchaka. Kaupina Vantak Kalubhagyavantaha. The people who wear only the loin cloth, they are the blessed ones. Those people who live under the tree, they are the blessed ones. Like that, he says there. Mahabhaganam Paramsanam, the Paramsas who are blessed ones. Falabhutam Devi Sampadam Uktva. Their end result is this Devi Sampata. After saying that, Tato Nyunanam, people who are lesser. Oh, you are talking about superior with the superior attitude. No, from the standpoint of the sannyasis, the others who are lesser means the brahmacharis, the grahasthas, the vanaprasthas, etc. So grahastadina, the grahasthas, etc. Sadhana bhuta maha. See, this is their end result. That is gained as the result. The Devi Sampati is their natural state for the sannyasis. But for the grahasthas, what they need to do to gain this Devi Sampata, that is said here. Danam means swaswatva aspadanam annadinam yatha shakti shastrokta vinitham vyogaha. Danam means donation. What kind of donation? Swaswatva aspadanam, that which you claim to be yourself, that which you have the idea of attachment as yours. This is a very important thing. I have told you in a different context about this lady who came to me and asked, Swamiji, I have a issue. Yes, doubt. Yes, what is the doubt? See, while walking in the morning, I chant Vishnu Sahasrama. I said, that's a good thing. But only after coming back, I take bath, not before. Is it right or wrong? So that's okay. Vishnu Sahasranama, the 1,000 names, if even taking one name is good enough, taking one name of Ishvara can get rid of the papa, if at all that's a sin. That sin of not taking bath is will be gotten rid of by the first name. The 999 name punya is enough for you. Okay. Another doubt. I said, yes, what? See, while walking on the road, I surrender all the flowers which are there. I offer all those flowers to Ishvara. I said, that's wrong. This is all because of some stupid person who is not traditional, who has got a very big following in other countries, especially. So, because of that, this stupid idea. And they give an example that Bhima did this. Arjuna used to offer flowers and he thought himself to be a great devotee. Then Krishna said, come, let me take you to the Shivaloka. There he saw people are tired of removing the flower. He said, whose flowers are they? He said, your brother Bhima's. What does he do? You pluck the flower and you offer it to him. He says, what all these flower I offer to Shiva. That is the example this person gives and this lady follows. I said, that's the uttermost stupidity. Because this person, he is growing flower for his own puja. And you have already offered this to some other deity. This becomes nirmalya. It is already offered. That cannot be offered again to another deity. Once offered, it is over. It should be discarded. So that will become sin. And who will gain that sin? You, because of offering that wrongly. So that should not be done. Then what about Bhima? Bhima offered it from his own garden. So whatever flowers he had planted from his garden, he said, okay, take all this to Ishvara. So that is what his surrender was. So you have to understand, whatever you own, swaswatva aspadana, whatever you own as yours own, in those things like annadinam, like the food, etc. Anything. Okay. Yatha Shakti, according to your possibility, your power, strength, shakti means power, means according to your possibility. Shastra uktah vibhasam vibhagah, as prescribed by this in the shastra, you have to distribute it. Like, it is not that whatever comes you just give it. That is not how it is to be done. Because like we say, we have some proverbs for this. You have to you have to give according to your own fitness. You cannot offer everything without having anything for you, because we are not talking about paramsas, we are talking about grahasthas, you especially. Okay, no, that is why he says samvibhaga. Damo bahyendriya sanyamah. Dama means sense organ control. Sense organ control means we are talking about grahasthas. How can you say sense organ control? So he says rutukala adi atirikta kale maithunadi abhavah. Other than the fertile period, not copulating is what is said here. So copulation is only during the fertile period, and that is only with the aim of begetting a son or daughter, not for the enjoyment or experience. Okay, so that is the idea, and that is why Vyasa, who had a son, is called a brahmachari. Why Vyasa? Krishna himself is referred to as brahmachari. Krishna with so many wives is still a brahmachari because of this rule. Okay, now this is clause actually. So chakaro anuktanam nivritti lakshana dharmanam samuchayartha. With the cha there, you have to understand whatever is not said, but whatever needs to be practiced, those attributes also you should have to include here. Yajnascha. Yajnascha means Shrautro Agnihotra Dharma Darsha Purnamasadi. Yajna means the Shruti Vihita Yajna, the yajnas that are the fire oblations which are prescribed by the Shruti. Like Agnihotram Juhuyat Swarga Kamaha, the Shruti says that. And Darsha Purnamasa, Abhyam Surukama Yajat, Darsha Purnamasa also is prescribed by the Shruti. So those yajnas are fire oblations are referred to as yajna. And what about the Smarta yajnas? Smriti also prescribes some yajnas, like what? Deva yajna, Pitru yajna, Bhuta yajna, Manushya yajna, etc. So the worship of deities, chanting names, etc. Pitru yajna, offering to the forefathers and the ancestors. Bhuta yajna, providing things to the beings. And Manushya yajna. Manushya yajna means for the fellow beings. So all these things, these are also there. Chaturvidaha. In this way, there are other smart yajnas, but there are 5 yajnas. One is Brahma yajna. You didn't include the Brahma yajna. Veda yajna. That is said, he says, Brahma yajna swadhyaya padena prathak uktehe. Brahma yajna is referred to with the word swadhyaya separately. So we don't need to. And that is why while eating, what we do is normally we take a handful of food and keep it on the side of the leaf. And after, you don't eat that. That is for the bhutas, the other beings. Okay. So Chakaro anuktanam pravritti lakshana dharmanam samuchayartha. There nivritti lakshana dharma. Here pravritti lakshana dharma. There for the sannyasis. With Chakara, you are accepting the other practices for a sannyasi. Here with the Chakara, you are accepting the other practices which needs to be done by the Grahastha. Etatrayam Grahasthasya. These 3 are for the Grahasthas. Okay, now. Swadhyaya Brahmajnaha Adhishtartham Rigvedadi Adhyayana Rupa. Swadhyaya is for Punya, Adhishtartham. Is for the sake of Punya, not for gaining a moksha. It is for the sake of Punya. Now, that is what is called as Brahma Yajna. Okay. Now, Swadhyaya, Swadhyayo Adhyetavyaha, based on the Vidhi, one has to study one's own portion of Vedas first. And when we said Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham, Shrotriya, who is a Shrotriya? Not just a person who has studied Vedanta from the Guru. He cannot be qualified as Shrotriya. A person who has studied his part of Veda and also Vedanta, only he is qualified to be called as Shrotriya according to the Shastras. Okay, therefore Brahma Yajna वेदाध्ययन रूपः, studying one's own part of Veda. यज्ञ शब्देन पञ्चविधं महायज्ञोक्ति संभवे अपि असाधारण्येन ब्रह्मचारी धर्मत्व कथनार्थं प्रसक्ति. So though when we say yajna, all the 5 yajnas, including the Brahma yajna, will be included there. But to show separately the brahmachari ashrama, for the sake of brahmachari, we have separated the swadhyaya. Okay? Now, tapas trividham, shariradi saptadashe vakshyamanam. Tapas, penance is of 3 types. Shariradi, the sharirika tapas, the tapas made through the body. Vachika tapas, the tapas made through the organ of speech. Manasika tapas, the tapas made through the mind, etc. In this way, there are 3 types of tapas. Okay. Now, tapas santape. What is tapas? Tapas santape. To practice difficult things wantedly, desiringly. So that is what is tapas. You accept the difficulties willingly. Vakshyamaanam vanaprasthasya asadharano dharma. And this, which is going to be explained in the 17th chapter, this tapas penance, which is going to be explained in the 17th chapter, is the natural practice for the vanaprastha. So we saw sannyasa, we saw grasta, we saw brahmachari, we saw vanaprastha. All the 4 ashramas. That is why he says, evam chaturnam ashramanam asadharanan dharman uttva. Specific dharma for each of these ashramas are said. After saying that, Chaturnam Varnanam Asadhana Dharmanaha, the specific practices for each of the Varnas, Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, these are 4 ashramas. What are Varnas? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So, for those people, whatever specific dharmas which needs to be practiced, that is said with Arjavam. Arjavam means avakratvam, not being crooked, being simple. Simplicity is Arjavam. Shraddadaneshu, Shrotrushu, Swajnata Artha Sanyoganam. What does that mean? What does that mean in this reference? For a person who has Shraddha, Shraddadaneshu, for a person who has Shraddha, Shrotrusu, and he has not just Shraddha, he is also interested in studying the Vedanta. For him or for her, Swajnata Artha Sanyoganam. Whatever you know, teaching that is what is a simplicity. Okay? We'll see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.